Hello everyone and good afternoon. This is Rachel live from Kalkine Studios and you're watching the Mid-Market Pulse. Let us zoom our lens on the Australian share market performance so far today. Australian shares are on the rise, led by gains in the blue chip banking and mining stocks. Firm cues from Wall Street and lower interest rates in China also boosted investors' appetite for the riskier assets. Meanwhile, the S&P ASX 200 was up by 38.4 points or 0.52% by the afternoon. The index opened on a positive note and gained as much as 0.6% to hit a high during the day's trade so far. Investors seem to have shifted focus to upcoming quarterly results by the United States companies and forecasts about the recovery in the second half of 2021, as some worry that the recent economic surge is already waning. Market sentiment was also boosted amid a report that the New South Wales and federal government is set to announce financial aid to businesses to help with the cash flow as part of a COVID-19 stimulus package. The package will help businesses such as hairdressers, cinemas, gyms and beauty salons to maintain cash flow so that employers don't have to lay off staff during the lockdown, which is in place currently for 2 weeks. Meanwhile, Australia and New Zealand banking group data showed that consumer confidence has revived despite lockdown extension in Sydney for the third week as Brisbane, Perth and Darwin emerged from their snap lockdowns. On the flip side, concerns about the COVID-19 situation in the country limited markets' gains. In a fresh development, New South Wales has reported 89 locally acquired COVID-19 cases in the past 24 hours, lower than the 112 registered yesterday. Moving on to the sectoral space now. 10 of 11 indices are trading in the green at lunchtime. The information technology sector was the best performer with a 1% gain, followed by materials, which rose 0.9%. Among others, materials, financials, energy, telecom and healthcare stocks were trading higher with modest gains. On the flip side, the utility sector was the only loser, trading marginally lower. On that note, let us turn our attention to the biggest gainers and losers that gained investors' attention by the mid-market session. Tech firm Nearmap was a top percentage gainer on the ASX so far today. Their shares surged over 13% to $2.25. Some of the other top gainers were chemical manufacturer Incitec Pivot, civil and mining contractor NRW Holdings, lithium chemicals producers Orocobre and mining and exploration company IGO. On the flip side, equity management firm Platinum Asset Management was a top laggard on the ASX, falling 6.5%. Some of the other worst performers were gaming and entertainment group Crown Resorts, online marketplace carsales.com, investment management firm Challenger and mining firm St Barbara. Now, before we look into more trending updates, it's time for a quick break. Stay tuned, I'll be back in just a moment.
Crypto talk by Kalkine. The crypto market has been red hot given the Bitcoin rally since the past year. And now the most famous cryptocurrency has got competitors: Dogecoin and Ethereum. If the crypto market excites you, tune in with me, Sage, to know the latest developments about the existing digital currencies and the new ones that are joining the race. I'll help you understand the opportunities and the risks the crypto market has in store for you. For all the digital currency related developments, continue watching Crypto Talk by Kalkine.
Hello, this is Rachel live from Kalkine Studios and you're watching the Mid-Market Pulse. After the break, it's time to jump to prominent ASX listed stocks that are generating a buzz. As we discussed before the break, shares of Nearmap surged over 13% to $2.25. The aerial imaging technology and location data company announced its unaudited preliminary results for the year ending 30th of June. The results exceed its most recently upgraded guidance on the back of record growth in the North American portfolio. In June 2021, the tech company posted a 26% growth in group annual contract value compared to June 2020. Moving on to the next share now, the share price of iCar Asia jumped as much as 53.3% to 46 Australian cents after the online automobile trading company received a non-binding acquisition proposal from its rival Carsome. They're set to acquire all the equity shares of iCar and Carsome, its associates that do not already own, for 55 cents per share. Last year, in October 2020, US autos giant Autohome Inc. had offered a 50 cents per share takeover bid. Besides, Carsome Group has also entered into agreements to acquire 19.9% stake in iCar from Catcher Group and one of its subsidiaries in exchange for Carsome shares. Let us now look at the next company. Youfoodz shares rallied 78% to 91 cents after the ready-made meal company entered into a scheme implementation deed with Hellofresh to be acquired by way of a scheme of arrangement. Hellofresh has proposed to acquire a 100% stake in Youfoodz for 93 cents per share in cash by way of a scheme of arrangement. The bid price represents a premium of 82% to the last closing price of 51 cents per share and 109% premium to the 1-month volume weighted average price of 44 cents. Moving on to the next share now, Fintech firm the Plenti Group shares rose nearly 8% to $1.45. That's after the company delivered strong earnings in the June quarter, supported by record quarterly and monthly loan originations. The company recorded loan originations of $216.4 million in the first quarter of financial year 2021. That's up 260% from the prior corresponding period and 26% above the prior quarter. The company also stated that personal loan originations were negatively impacted by COVID-19 pandemic in the previous corresponding period. Now, before we look into more trending updates, it's time for a quick break. Stay tuned. I'll be back in a moment.
New Zealand is unique, and Kalkine TV is here to bring you all the latest news and trending market updates. Streaming across multiple platforms, so no matter where you are, whether it be at the beach or on the farm, you can count on the team here at Kalkine TV to be your home for accessing the latest valuable insights into global issues that are affecting New Zealanders. Subscribe to our channels across YouTube, Facebook, also visit kalkine.co.nz.
Hello, this is Rachel live from Kalkine Studios and you're watching the Mid-Market Pulse. Let us explore some more ASX listed shares. Shares of Berkeley Energia fell over 50% after a Spanish regulator blocked its planned uranium mine. The regulator says it took the decision due to the lack of reliability and high level of uncertainty over how radioactive waste would be stored at the facility. Environment campaigners have welcomed the regulator's move to block the mine in the west of the country over safety concerns. Berkeley's Madrid-listed shares tumbled around 56% on Monday, while those in London plunged almost 54%. Moving on now to the next share, the share price of gold miner Pantoro climbed almost 5% to 21.5 cents. That's after the company provided results for its initial drilling program in Mainfield at the Norseman Gold Project. The drill results provided the company with confidence that Mainfield will extend mine life at the Norseman project. Looking at the next company now, shares of Fenix Resources fell 3.5% to 41 cents. That's after the Western Australia-based miner reported an outstanding June quarter. The company has reported an operating cash flow of $45.1 million for the June quarter. The steady state production rates and strong iron ore prices have backed the quarterly results. 5 shipments of iron ore from the Iron Ridge project in WA were sold during the quarter. Moving on now, Azure Minerals exploration activities have started on Barton with an airborne magnetic survey in process. The company also informed that aircore and RC drilling is planned to follow up historical drill holes that intersected gold mineralisation on the property and also to test for extensions of gold mineralised zones currently being drilled by other companies. Moving on now, ASX-listed fund manager Home Consortium has provided an update in relation to HealthCo portfolio acquisitions. These acquisitions further enhance the scale and diversification of the seed portfolio for the proposed ASX-listed and unlisted HealthCo vehicles. The acquisitions will be funded from cash and undrawn debt commitments. Moving on to the last ASX-listed company on our list today, WAM Leaders has reported a record operating profit before tax of $318.1 million and an operating profit after tax of $228.9 for the full financial year. The investment company has also announced fully franked full-year dividend of 7 cents per share on Monday's closing share price of $1.56 per share. Moving on to the final leg of our show now, let us focus on the global equity market performance. Asian markets were trading higher in the opening trade on Tuesday, trapping positive cues from Wall Street. Taiwan's weighted stock index was the best performer in the region, surging over 0.8%. Japan's Nikkei gained 0.7%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng rose 0.6%. Singapore's Straits Times was also up 0.7%. Meanwhile, Seoul's Kospi gained 0.6%, while Thailand's SET Composite fell 0.15%. China's Shanghai Composite was also down 0.1%. That's all from me for now. Keep watching Kalkine TV as we bring you the latest news and trending market updates live from Sydney. I'm Rachel, signing off for now.